Let me ask you something. Have you ever been frustrated, angry, or shut down? And when someone asked, "What's wrong?" you honestly didn't know how to answer? Not because nothing was wrong, but because you didn't know how you felt. If you're a logical thinker, this video is for you. Because feelings aren't the enemy of logic. They're actually your warning system. And when you ignore them, you lose the ability to know what to do. Highly logical people are great at solving problems. They analyze, they plan, they think things through. But many logical people were never taught how to feel. So emotions don't feel like useful information. They feel like noise, or weakness, or something to shut down. But here's the truth. If you don't know how you feel, you don't know what you need. And if you don't know what you need, you won't know what action to take. Feelings are not random. They are signals. They work like warning lights on your car's dashboard. When a warning light turns on, you don't shame it. You don't ignore it and hope it goes away. And you don't get angry at it. You get curious. Anger often means a boundary has been crossed. Sadness often points to loss or exhaustion. Anxiety usually signals uncertainty or a lack of safety. Feelings aren't telling you what to think. They're telling you what to pay attention to. Let me ask you this. When you start to feel irritated or overwhelmed, do you get curious about it, or do you push it away and power through? Here's what happens when logical people ignore feelings. The emotion doesn't disappear. It just builds pressure, and eventually it leaks out sideways. Yelling, snapping, shutting down, exploding over something small. And then you say, "I don't even know why I'm so mad." That doesn't mean you're broken. It means your warning system was ignored for too long. Let me share a real moment from my own life. I came home after one of the hardest days of work I've had in a long time. I explained to my wife how hard the day was. She immediately started talking about how hard the kids were. Normally, this is important. Normally, I would just get angry. I'd yell. I'd snap. I wouldn't know why I was so mad. But this time, something different happened. I felt the emotion, and instead of reacting, I paused. I sat in the feeling and asked myself, what do I need right now? So I said to my wife, "That's not what I need right now." She looked at me and said, "Well, what do you need?" And I froze for about 5 full minutes. I honestly didn't know. I had never slowed down enough to listen before. Then she said, "Do you need me to take the kids the rest of the day so you can just chill out and decompress?" And immediately I said, "That is exactly what I need." And I got emotional, not because I was weak, but because I finally listened to what my feelings had been trying to tell me the whole time. Here's why that moment mattered. The feeling wasn't anger. Anger was just the surface. The real feeling was exhaustion, and the real need was rest. If I had ignored the feeling, I would have yelled. If I had reacted instead of paused, I would have damaged connection. But feeling the feeling gave me clarity, and clarity gave me the right action. So here's a simple step-by-step process, especially for logical minds. Step 1, pause. When an emotion shows up, do nothing for a moment. Step 2, notice the sensation. Where do you feel it in your body? Your chest? Your shoulders? Your jaw? Step 3, name the feeling. Not fine, not mad. Words like overwhelmed, discouraged, lonely, tired, or exhausted. Step 4, ask one question. What do I need right now? Not what do I want? Not who's wrong? What do I need? Step 5, ask for it clearly. Needs and not demands. They are information. Let me ask you this. What feeling do you usually skip past and go straight into reaction? Here's something important to understand. Logic without feelings is incomplete data. You wouldn't make an important decision with half the information. So don't live your life that way. Feeling your feelings doesn't make you weak. It makes you accurate. It makes your decisions better, your relationship stronger, and your reactions calmer. If this video helped you understand your emotions in a new way, like and follow this channel, and comment below. What feeling do you struggle to identify the most? And what video would you like to see next?